Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. San Antonio police are investigating a shooting that's left 5 people in the hospital this morning and 2 others dead. Coming up on GMSA, we'll tell you everything we know about this shooting.
San Antonio police also investigating another deadly shooting, this one on the city's west side. We'll tell you what we know so far.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 76 degrees to start your Sunday morning. What is the rest of the day? What does the week look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. But first, we have late breaking news this morning. San Antonio police looking for the people responsible in a shooting that left several people in the hospital. And we now know at least 2 people are dead. That's
right. Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live. Good morning, Jonathan. We understand the shooting happened last night. What have you been able to learn?
Good morning, Sarah. Well, we are learning that the people injured in last night's shooting were brought here. Some of those people were brought here to BAMC. Others were taken to University Hospital. And as of right now, we have not received an update as to their condition. But we do know San Antonio police were called out shortly after 10 o'clock last night to the 2500 block of Patron. This is a neighborhood on the city's southwest side near I-35 for reports of that shooting. Now, they say there was a barbecue party at this home when a person driving a dark-colored SUV drove up and opened fire towards the crowd. 7 people were shot. This includes 2 women and 3 men that were rushed to hospitals. 2 other men were killed. Now, we spoke with Police Chief William McManus, who was on scene last night. This is what he said.
Unfortunately, this continues to happen. You know, it doesn't seem to matter what we say, how much we warn people to put their guns away. It just continues to happen. There seems to be no concern for consequence, no concern for people's lives.
Now, the chief also tells us there were about 6 children inside of that home at the time of the shooting. Thankfully, those children were not injured. Police continue to look for the suspects involved. Now, of course, this is a story that we're going to continue to follow and update you as more information, more details are made available to us. Reporting live, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. And we're going to check in with Jonathan throughout the morning. But for right now, good morning. It is 6:02. It is 76 degrees. Did you make it outside yesterday?
Okay, so I know we talked about mall walking. I didn't mall walk. I what is...
You mall skipped?
No, we went to a bunch of different stores. So I just
So you mall hopped?
Yeah.
Okay. You store hopped?
Shopping center walked.
Okay.
Yeah. From
did you join her in this venture?
I didn't, but I was outside enjoying some time at the Pearl. And honestly, during the first part of the day, it really didn't feel all that bad in the shade. And today's going to be similar. So it is Father's Day. A lot of people are going to be enjoying some time outdoors today. As for the temperatures outside right now, it's generally mild in the 70s. It's 77 in San Antonio, 76 at Stinson, 74 in Kelly Field, and about 76 in Converse. So today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful dads out there. Today, here's what you can expect. We did have a brief shower across areas around San Antonio yesterday, and today in the afternoon, once again, we're going to have a 10% chance for a stray shower. Otherwise, it is just going to be simply hot. We'll be spending our morning in the 80s, close to 90 at noon, and 100 for the forecast high. Elsewhere, it'll be 100 in Del Rio, 101 in Carrizo Springs, 102 in Pleasanton, 100 in New Braunfels, and 97 in Kerrville. Coming up, I'm going to show you the future cast and that 10% chance for a stray shower. Some are going to get lucky with a quick splash and dash shower in their backyards today. Most of us, though, just going to be doing the heat. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. So new this morning, 1 man dead after a different shooting overnight. This one on the city's far west side. So this happened around 1 a.m. This is on a home on a street on Rimhurst. It's not too far from Calabria, just inside Loop 1604. Now, police on the scene saying there was a party going on. That's when gunshots rang out. At this time, no arrests have been made. Officers still working to figure out what exactly led up to this and who was responsible.
And San Antonio police are investigating a shooting at a Dollar Tree on San Pedro Avenue. It happened just before 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Officers tell us the suspect drove up in a small white vehicle and shot a man in the parking lot 3 times. A bystander was also grazed by a bullet. Police say the suspect is a man in his 20s. He has not been found by police at this time. Now, the victim was taken to a nearby hospital but is expected to recover.
We had crews in Uvalde yesterday, and they saw a large 15-foot metal cross, making Uvalde its new home.
The man who made the cross drove it down from west of Fort Worth with the help of a motorcade. He tells our Lee Waldman he knows the pain of losing a child and hopes this provides healing and comfort for the Uvalde victims' families.
Father God, thank you for this day. Thank you for bringing us all together on a day that's going to be filled with emotions. We're going to have to get a bunch of hands on so it don't get squirty until this one gets tight.
Hands on metal. People coming together.
Come on up off the trailer a little bit more.
To raise a cross.
Brenda, this fell out of the inside of it. Do you want it?
And a community out of darkness.
Any of the family needs to come because we have a gift for them.
Okay.
I don't know if it was my son telling me to build it or God. And it was like someone hit me in the head. I got goosebumps. My hair stood up on my arms, my neck, and I started crying. And I said, I got to build him a cross.
Called me the next day. Dad said, I want to build a cross. He said, I don't know how we're going to do it, but I want to build a cross.
After a 7-hour drive, welders, and cement pouring, the 15 by 12-foot cross has a permanent home, flying beside the doves.
I'm very proud of it for the way it looks. Other than that, it's going to be a nightmare to me.
He calls this cross his third baby. His first was for Brady, his son who died at 26 in a car accident.
He'd dot you an eye before you knew what happened, but he had a kind soul.
This slot is for the letters to heaven. Kids can write to their friends that they lost, knowing their words will stay safe and untouched.
But I hope in a month they're having to shovel them in there because it's so full.
In a town that's turned into a living memorial, growing, changing by the day. Collins believes this cross,
Glad it's in.
made from a father mourning his own son, will make an impact.
By making this cross and living and being by my baby's cross every day, that's what I knew that these people needed.
To grieve, to heal.
We just pray that we can continue to share our love that you've given us in our hearts to all of these families and people that are hurting.
In Uvalde.
We thank you for the safe travel. We thank you for all the blessings you give us.
Lee Waldman.
It's in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen. Amen.
KSAT 12 News.
Your morning headlines. We first told you about the collapse of that building in Philadelphia yesterday. Well, we now know at least one firefighter passed away. The city's fire department tweeting a photo of the scene early yesterday in North Philadelphia. Now, crews say during the response, several firefighters and a city inspector actually became trapped. 5 of those firefighters rescued, taken to the hospital. The city's first deputy fire commissioner says the building collapse followed what they're calling a routine fire call.
Well, in Arizona, the Contreras fire has burned over 17,000 acres since the fire started last weekend. Crews say the fire is now considered the #1 wildfire priority in the entire U.S. Part of the priority is the Kitt Peak Observatory, which is in the path of the fire. Firefighters say the observatory staff routinely took precautions like clearing large buffers around buildings so fires have less fuel to carry flames up to the structures. The value of the observatory and the tough conditions are part of the reasons the Contreras fire is now the National Firefighter System's #1 priority.
Well, COVID vaccine shots could be in the arms of children under 5 years old as early as this coming week. White House officials say after a CDC advisory panel voting unanimously in favor of recommending both Moderna and Pfizer shots. Now, Pfizer's vaccine is a 3-shot series, 1/10 the size of the adult dose. The company's early data showed it was 80% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID. Moderna's vaccine is 2 shots, 1/4 the size of the adult dose. Early data showing it's about 40 to 50% effective at preventing mild infections. Now, these new developments have left parents with mixed reactions.
I want to keep him safe from severe COVID, from hospitalization.
My child already had COVID. I know his immune system has antibody response.
The FDA and CDC say recovering from COVID may only offer a limited amount of protection for a limited amount of time. Vaccines increase that protection, and that is why they are recommended.
Well, a few dozen people who are experiencing homelessness got treated to extra care as part of a summer wellness fair.
So it was all organized by Broken Warriors Angels. Barbecue plates along with services like eye, dental and medical screenings all provided. Some who showed up were even given a fresh new haircut. Organizers say they know this means a lot and they want to inspire others to do more.
Because the help that we're providing here is not everything they need. And so what we're wanting to do is put a program together where we can actually bring people even further than just a one-day event.
The nonprofit does wellness fairs like this once a quarter. Organizers say they hope to increase it in the future.
Time now 6:10, 76 degrees out.
Much more to come on Good Morning San Antonio. We'll tell you how much this copy of 1986 copy of Back to the Future sold for auction. Here's a hint. It wasn't cheap.
All right, let's take a live look out of the Alamo City. 76 now. How hot will it get this Father's Day? We know there's a lot going on in and around the Alamo City. Sarah will have your full forecast in just a bit.
The 23rd annual Kids Fish Day is in the books.
All right, so yesterday, dozens of kids were at attendance at Calaveras Lake. They were given fishing poles and tackle boxes. They're trying to catch up to 500 catfish that were all donated by the Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Oh my gosh, it would have gotten so competitive. This is the first year the event has returned since the pandemic. It's put on by CPS Energy as a way to provide a positive experience for kids in the community.
We're a community serving business. I can't think of a better way to reach out and touch our community than events like this where we bring kids in and let them fish maybe for the first time in their lives, experience something they've never done before.
So some of the kids walked away with big awards for biggest fish, most catches for both boys and girls. Have you ever done competitive fishing?
No, I've covered this story before and I always think, gosh, I'd be, like Max just said, like he was telling me he gets frustrated because Max is not a patient person.
So I've done the competitive fishing thing and it's great and it's awesome, but it really teaches you patience because, you know, like in basketball or football, like you go. There it's like, all right, you need to like wait a little bit.
You got to be quiet.
I know.
You got to be still.
No, you put a podcast and you're good to go. Speaking of podcasts, Sarah Spivey.
I'm just thinking about the idea of Max being quiet.
Yeah, I know. It's a rare thing.
I'm just kidding.
I do it during the weather forecast, so there you go.
You don't.
Thank you.
Shh. We're chatting.
Oh, okay.
I pay attention to the weather. Sarah writes me notes.
Well, y'all should pay attention right now because we do have a very small chance for a stray shower this afternoon, and that's about the best we can do, only a 10% chance. A lot of grills going to be firing up today. Father's Day, perhaps they're already going. You've got a really hot forecast for us today. Temperatures are going to be near 90 at noon, 100 at 5 p.m. And yes, those hot dogs do say a 10% chance for a stray shower in the afternoon. Like yesterday, there was some spotty showers across areas on the south side of Bexar County and out near 1604 and Petrenko. Those neighborhoods got a quick splash and dash shower. Everybody else was dry and hot yesterday. That is going to be the case today as well. It's going to be a hot one near 100 degrees. So take a look at the futurecast. I'll show you what I mean by that 10% chance for a stray shower. Firstly, we've got some clouds out there early this morning, but by mid-morning we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies into the afternoon. As we head till about 5, 6, 7, that's when we could see 1 or 2 stray thunder showers. Again, this forecasting model shows them popping up closer to New Braunfels, but it could be anywhere around the metro area. So keep that in mind. Again, only a 10% chance for a stray shower. Otherwise, it is going to be hot. 100 in Seguin, 101 in Nixon, 101 in Poteet, 101 in Devine. It'll be 100 at the airport in San Antonio. Up in the hill country, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 90s, so a little bit cooler in the higher elevations, but still generally a hot day. And honestly, not all that bad in the shade. It's humid out there right now, but the dew points are going to come down. Humidity is going to come down during the day, and so if you can find some shade, it really won't be all that bad. 77 degrees outside right now. now you can see there are some clouds early this morning as we deal with the first light of the day. 80 in Del Rio, 73 in Rock Springs, 72 in Kerrville. Stepping out the door in New Braunfels, it's 75 degrees early this morning. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast, your Father's Day 12-hour forecast. We're going to be at 83 at 10. That's again when skies are really going to start to clear. We'll be close to 90 at noon, so it's going to be hot already by noon. And winds will be from the southeast today at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It's in the afternoon from 3 p.m. till about 8 p.m. that we have that 10% chance for a stray shower in the backyards of some lucky KSAT 12 viewers. We'll be at 100 degrees at 5 and at 6 p.m. All right, I'm showing you the satellite and radar. Something I thought would be interesting is to talk a bit about this dip in the atmosphere right now. This is a trough of low pressure, and although it looks like it may move into West Texas, most of Texas itself is going to be dry. It's actually, did you know that New Mexico has a monsoon season? It's their monsoon season. They actually get a good amount of rain. Their rainiest months are in July and August in the summertime, whereas here in South Central Texas, we're typically dry in July and August. And this heat high is going to be winning out, not really bringing any of that rain over to South Central Texas. It's going to keep things dry, keep things hot. Not only is it going to be hot in San Antonio and South Central Texas, but it could potentially be as hot up in Canada, in parts of Canada, as it is here in South Central Texas today. Now, we're going to be the hot spot on the map in many different ways, but even in North Platte, it's going to be close to 100 degrees today because of that heat high. So other than a few afternoon pop-up showers today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, we have little to no chance for rain. And even when we do have that chance for an afternoon pop-up, it's only 10%. So only a lucky few will be able to see any kind of rain over the next 7 to 10 days. Otherwise, that heat high builds overhead. Temperatures are going to be close to 100 every day, and we'll even tack on a couple more degrees by the week's end. The good news, Saharan dust is not forecast to be a major issue this week anymore. So again, at least we won't have to deal with the wheezing and sneezing from the dust. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, we want to wish a happy birthday to our viewer Nathan, turning 12 years old today. Happy birthday, Nathan. And of course, happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to my dad.
To your dad, to my dad. David Massey, if you're watching, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dr. Dan.
620, 78 degrees out.
All right, still ahead on GMSA.
All right, so not the best day to be a fan of Texas baseball teams. We've a recap from the Rangers and Astros yesterday. Ooh, we'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. Not a great morning if you're a fan of Texas pro baseball teams. Not waking up in the best mood. Both squads dropping the games right here in Lone Star State. All right, so in Houston, the Astros hosting the White Sox, and this one all Chicago. Astros falling 7-0. Now Houston trying again later today, 6:08 again at Minute Maid Park. Going to Detroit. Texas Rangers had themselves a matchup with the Tigers, and while Rangers able to get some offense going, they still got destroyed by Detroit. Oh my goodness. So the final from this one, 14-7. Tigers were the ones who put up 14. Rangers and Tigers facing off again this afternoon. It's an early one at 12:40. But here's the thing. We know we got a lot of college fans out here. We got College World Series going on right now. And despite Sarah Costa saying it would never happen, the Longhorns and the Aggies will face off today at 1 o'clock. So I think for...
Maybe I just need to say things won't happen so they will happen, because that's usually the case.
Gas prices won't go back to $3. Time now.
Yeah, we're going to put that one out there.
We're manifesting it. 624, 76 degrees out.
All right, today is Juneteenth and celebrations are underway in San Antonio all weekend long. We'll have a look right after the break. Well, Juneteenth celebrations are going on all weekend long in San Antonio. Yesterday, the Juneteenth Festival at Comanche Park kicked off with some of those celebrations.
Thousands of people gathering, celebrating Juneteenth with a parade. So this celebration even more special for organizers now that Juneteenth is officially a federal holiday.
It's also the largest participation the parade has ever had, organizers say. In their inaugural year, they just had 5 people.
I never thought it would happen in my lifetime. Somebody just asked me, say, did you expect this? I said, this is beyond expectation.
Organizers say they are so happy with yesterday's turnout and hoping for it to be bigger and better next year.
The Juneteenth Festival continues this morning starting at 11 a.m. along with several other holiday events. Just head for the full list at KSAT.com.
Time now 6:28, 76 degrees out.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, the very latest on that overnight shooting on the city's Southside that left 7 people injured. We'll tell you everything we know so far.
Good morning and welcome back. 6:32 this morning. It is June 19th. It is Juneteenth. It is also Father's Day. We know
Happy
a lot
Father's
of
Day.
events, a lot of barbecues out and about this morning and throughout the day. We know a lot of people probably already have the smoker on.
I mean, if you're going to be outside smoking a brisket, I mean, you're probably, if you did it right, you did it overnight. Right, Ralph? Yeah. Ralph knows.
Ralph knows.
But Sarah, it's gonna get pretty toasty.
It is. You know, we're going to be near 100 degrees once again this afternoon. You know, a few backyards got a quick shower yesterday in the afternoon. That was that 10% chance, and we're going to have another 10% chance this afternoon too. That's the best we can do. Outside right now, though, it's 77. You can see the first light of the day there. A few clouds. Winds are practically calm. It's humid at the moment, but the humidity will come down throughout the day today. Here's your Father's Day forecast. If you're planning on being outside around lunch, it'll be close to 90 degrees. 100 for the forecast high, and then later tonight it'll be in the 80s and a bit breezy. It's in the afternoon that we have that 10% chance for a stray shower, especially southeast of San Antonio. But coming up, I'll show you the futurecast, and we'll also talk about the tropics, whether or not we have anything developing that could be bringing us any rain anytime soon that's more substantial than a 10% chance. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, police are investigating another shooting on the city's south side. This one happening on Zarzamora near Gillette Boulevard at a Circle K gas station. That's where police say a dark-colored SUV drove by when someone inside started shooting. Officers believe the suspect was trying to hit 3 men who were parked in the front of that Circle K. No one was injured. Right now, police are questioning those 3 men.
2 people in jail this morning after a big drug bust at a home on West Bexar County. So Bexar County Sheriff's Office telling us 28-year-old Ashley Mendez and 38-year-old Ruben Zambrano arrested after deputies busted a drug distribution operation. The 2 taken into custody on Friday at a home in the 6900 block of Marinque Drive. Now, deputies found more than 50 THC vape pens, over a pound of marijuana just inside their vehicle. Then they searched the house. That's where deputies recovered more marijuana, cocaine, meth, a shotgun, as well as more than $16,000 in cash. Both Mendez and Zambrano facing several felony drug charges.
Some other top stories we're following this morning. 2 people are dead and 10 others had to be rescued after a nighttime boat collision. This happening near Miami. It happened around 10:30 Friday night. The Coast Guard station, Miami Beach and Miami-Dade Fire Rescue recovered 2 bodies. They say the 10 people rescued were sent to 2 different hospitals and at least 2 of them are critically injured. Authorities did not release any specifics on actually what led up to this collision. The crash is under investigation by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. And the Border Patrol caught a suspect trying to smuggle 27 pounds of meth in a children's car seat. A canine team detected $60,000 worth of meth in a car with 4 children at the U.S.-Mexico border. They arrested a male suspect who is a U.S. citizen. That took place in California on Wednesday. The driver of the car and the narcotics were turned over to the inland and Crackdown Allied Task Force for prosecution. While the vehicle was seized by Border Patrol agents, the 4 children and their mother were released. It's not clear if they knew they were being used as mules to smuggle these drugs.
Houston health officials now investigating their first case of monkeypox. Officials say the case is connected to a person who recently traveled internationally. However, still unclear what country is linked to it. Now, officials say the person does not need to be hospitalized. They are isolating at home. Houston epidemiologists are working to get in touch with those who were in close contact with the person. This is the 2nd case of monkeypox here in Texas. Important to note, though, no cases being reported in Bexar County. Back here at home, more than 24 people displaced this morning after an apartment fire on the city's north side.
And as Camelia Juarez reports, everyone made it out safely, but some people lost things that you simply just can't put a price on.
Well, the challenges was just the sheer amount of fire.
The thick smoke could be seen from miles away. Over 30 fire trucks arrived at the Burning Tree Apartments off Jones-Maltzberger Road near Thousand Oaks Drive.
Hey, get out of the apartment, it's on fire. I'm like, dude, I'm already out.
According to the San Antonio Fire Chief Charles Hood, some firefighters went on defense while others used a ladder truck to gain some height and fight the flames.
We made attempts for an offensive attack to the floors, fire floors. We were driven out by the rapidly deteriorating conditions.
However, it was not enough to save at least 24 apartment units that were damaged, and 12 of those are uninhabitable, according to Chief Hood. Luis Sanchez, whose family were inside the apartment complex, were able to escape safely.
They was listening to music when the fire alarm starts beeping, and they started screaming and they get out of the apartment.
The Red Cross is assisting those displaced, and although there were no injuries, several dogs were killed in the fire, including a service dog for Maxine Cole's granddaughter.
He loved my granddaughter. Now my granddaughter's trying to figure out why they're gone.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, education is so incredibly important. The last few years clearly have not been easy for school districts around the country and around Texas, but one local school district has gone from one of the lowest performing districts to one of the highest ranked. So later this morning on Leading Us 8 a.m., we're going to be joined by Southside ISD Superintendent Rolando Ramirez. We're going to be talking about this 3-year turnaround, addressing the digital divide, and talking about what the future of education here locally looks like. If you have any questions you would like to ask, you can submit them right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Then join us later this morning, 8 a.m. for the full discussion. Time now, 6:38, 76 degrees out.
Still ahead on GMSA, severe weather in the northeast of the U.S. being blamed for several flight cancellations. We'll have more details after the break.
And speaking of weather, let's take a live look out at the Alamo City.
Sun's up.
Sun's up, 76 now. How hot will it get today? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA, powered by USAA.
San Antonio is known as Military City, USA, where every enlisted Air Force recruit starts their basic training at Lackland Air Force Base.
What's it feel like to be loved by?
It's 8 weeks of training that transform a civilian into a United States Airman.
And so this is where their Air Force career starts, and then it's also kind of the gateway into going further into their Air Force career. So they start here and they graduate here throughout basic training. They put blood, sweat, and tears onto all these drill pads, changed who they are as an individual to become a better individual here at Lackland Air Force Base. And on graduation day, just seeing how proud everyone in the stands is, how much taller they stand up on graduation day, how much taller you stand up as well. Just seeing that they set their mind to something and they were able to accomplish it. And now they're going to go out and do amazing things for our Air Force.
Well, severe weather moving through the Northeast on Thursday caused a ripple effect of flight delays and cancellations over the weekend.
As ABC's Karina Mitchell reports, some industry experts say one factor contributing to all the disruptions, staffing shortages at the airlines.
As the busy summer travel season heats up, many travelers are having to pack their patience.
The first notification said your flight's delayed. The very second text was, actually, it's canceled.
Severe weather moving through the Northeast on Thursday created a ripple effect of delays and cancellation that has continued for a third day.
So we've been here since 4 o'clock this morning. This is unacceptable. We booked these flights a month and a half ago.
On Saturday, more than 4,000 flights delayed or canceled nationwide. All this coming as demand for travel soars past pre-pandemic levels. On Friday, the TSA screened more than 2.4 million people nationwide, the most in one day since the Sunday after Thanksgiving last year. Industry experts say staff shortages, from air traffic control to cockpits, is largely to blame.
They don't have enough employees to be able to support the summer crush.
Many airlines have already trimmed their summer flight schedules.
It's very frustrating. It's to the point where it's enraging. They don't have enough pilots.
They haven't trained enough pilots.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg met with airline executives earlier this week, hoping to find ways to avoid a repeat of the mass cancellation seen on Memorial Day weekend.
The industry is just stretched to the breaking point, and instead of bending when something bad happens, it just snaps and falls apart.
Buttigieg urging the airlines to fix the disruptions and better communicate with customers. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
Well, back here at home, 76 now, Sarah. We know a lot going on today.
Yeah, Father's Day, Juneteenth celebrations. It's generally just going to be hot. But like yesterday, there could be one or two backyards that get a quick drink of water. Take a look at the rainfall that fell yesterday. You can see those tiny blue splotches there, one near Lackland and the other near 1604 in Petrinko. Just brief showers last night. It has been an abysmal June. We have only seen 1/10 of an inch of rain this month, which is almost 2 inches of a deficit. But when you look at the year so far, that's where things really get bad. Since January 1st, we've seen just over 4.5 inches of rain, but that is more than 10 inches below where we should be right now, almost a foot at this point. We should have 10 additional inches of rain in the rain gauges. And as I mentioned, there's only a 10% chance for a stray shower today. Even if you get the rain, it is not going to amount to much. There's plenty of rain across New Mexico right now. They're dealing with their monsoon season, but the heat high is going to be the main weather factor for us, keeping healthy rain out of the picture and keeping things hot. Now, oftentimes we look to the tropics in the summertime for a good chance for rain. And there are a couple of storms in the Pacific Ocean. There's Tropical Storm Blas, which is going to head out into the open Atlantic, and Tropical Depression Celia, which is expected to just kind of be out in the Atlantic as a tropical storm. But where we really need development to happen is in the Gulf of Mexico in order to see healthy rains. And unfortunately, no development is expected in the next 5 to honestly 7 days out in the Gulf. So not much in the way of rain for us other than an afternoon pop-up shower today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. And the chance is only 10%, so very low chance for that to happen in your backyard. Otherwise, it'll be a dry and hot week. Let me walk you through the futurecast. We are going to see plenty of sun as early as the mid-morning hours, and then as we head into the afternoon, there's that 10% chance for a stray shower or even a thunder shower to pop up. Now, don't pay attention to exactly where this forecast model is putting these stray showers. They could be anywhere around the KSAT 12 viewing area by 5 p.m. Tonight through about 8 p.m. through about sunset. Otherwise, the big story is everyone's going to get the heat. 100 in Hondo, 100 in Castroville, 99 Converse, 100 in San Antonio, 100 in Seguin, 100 in New Braunfels, 101 in Floresville, and 102 in Pleasanton. We'll be looking at temperatures climbing into the 80s. It really will not feel all that bad in the shade, especially in the morning. It'll be close to 90 by noon, and we'll spend the afternoon in the 90s. Southeast winds today at 5 to 15 miles per hour. High temperature, 100 degrees, as I mentioned, and that 10% chance for a stray shower gets introduced at 3, and it lasts until about 8 p.m. So if you're hoping for rain, that's the time to hope for rain. The UV index today will be extreme. Skin damage time within less than 10 minutes. If you're going to be outside enjoying the pool, grilling, those kinds of things, make sure to be in the shade and apply plenty of sunscreen. Otherwise, this is the picture for us, my friends. Temperatures well into the triple digits for most of the week, and including in the latter half of the week as well. So hope for that 10% chance for a pop-up shower in your backyard. It will not benefit South Central Texas as a whole, but it may prevent you from watering one day if you get that 10% chance for a pop-up shower. Summer officially starts on Tuesday, but it's been feeling like summer for quite some time in San Antonio. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 6:48, 76 degrees out. All right, so Back to the Future, one of the best movies.
It's a great movie.
Ever. It's going to cost a little bit to go Back to the Future, at least if you want to buy a little bit of nostalgia.
That's because a near mint condition sealed 1986 VHS, remember those?
Yeah.
Copy of Back to the Future recently sold for $75,000 at auction. It's a new record selling price for a VHS.
So a New York-based collector won the bidding war. The VHS copy was from a collection owned by, get this, actor Tom Wilson. And for those who don't know, Tom Wilson was Biff Tannen in Back to the Future. So Wilson originally offered the copy with other tapes on eBay, but overwhelming response led him to pull them down and reach out to Heritage Auctions in Dallas.
The actor had other sealed and graded Back to the Future sequel copies in his collection, offered with personally signed notes. VH tapes of classic films are finding a spotlight with collectors. Did your mom or did your parents save the VHSs?
We still have them in the basement somewhere.
But you can't watch them because, like VCRs, they still have a VCR?
We still have a VCR.
Does it work, though?
We detached it before it stopped working, if that makes sense. So it should still work in theory.
Okay, yeah, my parents' VCR. You never know if it's going to work that day or not.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, time now, 6:50, 76 degrees out.
All right, still ahead on GMSA, we're going to tell you about some Oreos. New limited edition, the new flavor expected to hit store shelves soon.
The thing with VHS was you had the Be Kind Rewind.
I hated when I got...
You never rewinded before you returned it,
No, I always
did
did
you?
because I hated when I would get the tapes that were like halfway through and you're like, no, I don't want to see what happens.
The best was like the Nickelodeon tapes that were orange.
Yes, never lose those.
We're talking a lot because there's not much going on the roadways right now. It's 6:50 this Sunday morning, a lot out and about. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for a last look and forecast in just a bit.
Let's take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 931, Fireball 0, Daily 4, 6278, Fireball 8.
Your cash 5, 3, 11, 24, 25, 32. Lotto Texas 14, 34, 36, 43, 46, 47. Here we go. Did you?
I didn't play. This is almost up to 300 million too.
Whoa.
10, 19, 40, 45, 58, Powerball 25, Power Play 2. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. So it's felt like summer for a while, but Oreo is ready. The cookie company releasing a limited edition flavor for the summertime.
Okay, so Neapolitan, is
Neapolitan, got
that
it.
The flavor? I'm not a Neapolitan girl.
It's three kinds of flavor,
right?
yeah.
There it is. Well, they're expected to hit shelves nationwide this July. An announcement on social media described the new treats as a waffle cone flavored cookie with vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate triple layered cream.
Interesting.
So is it considered a double stuff?
I guess triple stuffed.
Dang.
All right, so you got to get them before they go out. They're not going to be here for long. The company hasn't said how long the new flavor will be available. What are you thinking?
Okay, so I like it's the vanilla outside, right?
Yeah.
Those are good.
Okay.
You can just eat those and they're like, oh my gosh, half of it's gone. And that was, I don't even want to look at the calorie count on that.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
Chocolate chip cookies are better. Like the Chips Ahoy?
No. No.
So I'm chocolate chips over Oreo.
Do you do the chewy or crunchy?
Crunchy.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
you're not even allowed to talk. You do the chewy.
No. Crunchy. And then you get the milk too.
Yes, the milk.
You need the milk.
You need the milk.
All right, 6:55, 76 degrees out.
All right, stay with us. Sarah Spivey will have our final forecast after the break. All right, we're staying on top of some developing news this morning. 7 people shot and 2 of them are dead this morning after a shooting incident on San Antonio's Southside last night. Police say it happened around 10 last night in the 2500 block of Patron.
So police telling us that there was a family barbecue outside a home. An SUV drove by. Someone inside that vehicle started shooting. 20 to 30 rounds were fired. 2 men died on the scene. 3 other men and 2 other women are now in the hospital.
Police also say there were children inside of that house at the time, but they were not injured. This is a story we're going to be following all day long. Our Jonathan Cota will have updates coming up in our 8 o'clock newscast, and also make sure to check online at KSAT.com.
We'll be at 83 degrees at 10, 89 at noon, 100 for the high temperature. There is a chance that some backyards will get some rain today. Only a 10% chance, though, for showers in your backyard. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and more of the same in the coming days. 10% chance for a pop-up shower Monday and Tuesday when summer officially starts, and temperatures cranking up toward the end of the week. Will be anywhere from 100 to 102 over the next 7 days. Max and Sarah.
All right, it is Juneteenth. We wish everyone a happy celebration, and also it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers out there that are watching, and our personal fathers as well.
That's true. All right. We're going to take an hour-long break for Good Morning America. We'll be back here at 8 a.m. We have a lot to talk about. Updates on that shooting, leading SA with Southside Superintendent. We'll see you at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
We continue our coverage this morning. A developing story overnight. A family barbecue on the southwest side turns deadly. Police tell us the family became a target of a drive-by shooting. Jonathan Cotto joining us live with the very latest.
A man led by sympathy and love travels to Uvalde to offer the community a physical reminder of hope and peace. That story straight ahead.
And only 77 degrees now. We know there's a lot going on in and around the community. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for your full forecast. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday. It is June 19th. We have Father's Day. We have Juneteenth. There's so much going on.
So much to celebrate today. I want to say happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day to all of our fathers who are not sleeping in this morning and waking up. We hope that you are maybe up early, getting...
I don't know about you, but 8 o'clock is kind of sleeping in for a lot of dads.
Dads are usually, they're up.
Yeah.
They're mowing the yards right now.
Well, I mean, look, if you have to mow the lawn or do anything, now is a good time to do it.
Or barbecue, yeah. Or maybe they stayed up all night smoking a brisket, Sarah.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Right?
Hey, you know what? We are okay out there right now. Temperatures are generally mild. We've got some clouds out there this morning, but as Max was talking about earlier, got some yard work to do. Now is the time to do it. Take a look outside. Temperatures, it's 78 degrees in San Antonio, 77 in Pleasanton, 77 in Hondo, 73 Kerrville, 73 Rock Springs, 79 in Del Rio. We'll zoom in here. You can see those early morning clouds. It's 70 in Rio Medina and 72 Bernie Stage Airfield, 78 at Stinson. Again, just some early morning clouds here. But for this Father's Day, the big story is going to be the heat. Temperatures are going to be climbing fairly quickly. By 10, we'll be at 83. Noon will be close to 90. 100 for the high temperature. Hey, there is a 10% chance for a stray shower in your backyard. Only a 10% chance. It's measly, but it's there. So coming up, I'll show you the futurecast in just a bit, and we'll talk about a triple-digit heat streak coming ahead in a few days. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Top story this morning, San Antonio police searching for the people responsible for a shooting. Now that shooting ending with 7 people shot. 2 of them are dead.
Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live. Good morning, Jonathan. We understand the shooting happened last night, so what have you been able to learn?
Good morning, Sarah. That's right. Well, we're learning that some of the people injured in that shooting were brought here to University Hospital. Others were taken to GMSA. As of right now, we have not been updated as to their conditions, but we do know San Antonio police were called out last night shortly after 10 to the 2500 block of Pedro. Report of a shooting at a neighborhood on the city south side near I-35. Now, they say there was a barbecue party at this home when a person driving a dark-colored SUV drove up and opened fire to the crowd. Now, 7 people were shot. This includes 2 women and 3 men that were rushed to hospitals. 2 other men were killed. We spoke with Police Chief William McManus, who was on scene last night. This is what he had to say.
It was random but targeted. But, I mean, this isn't something that was predictable or anything that we knew about. So tough to prevent these types of violent acts if we have no information that they're going to occur. Sometimes we get it, sometimes, most of the time we don't.
Now, the chief also told us that there were about 6 children at the home at the time of the shooting. Luckily, they were not injured. Police are continuing to search for the suspects involved in the shooting. Of course, this is a story that we're going to continue to follow and bring you the latest as more information is available to us. Reporting live outside of University Hospital, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Police investigating another shooting, this one on the city's south side. So this happening at Zarzamora near Gillette Boulevard at a Circle K. Police tell us a dark-colored SUV drove by. Someone inside that vehicle opened fire. Officers believe the suspect was trying to shoot 3 men who were parked in front of the gas station. Luckily, no injuries reported, but right now, police are questioning those 3 men. And at last check, still no suspects in custody.
In your top stories, an unfortunate way to start Father's Day. Altered plans today for more than 24 people after a fire rips through an apartment complex on the city's north side. That fire broke out yesterday afternoon at the Burning Tree Apartments in the 14,000 block of Jones Maltzberger. That's near Thousand Oaks Drive. Firefighters say at least 24 apartment units were burned. 12 of them are no longer livable. No injuries were reported, but unfortunately several dogs were killed in this fire, including one resident service dog.
He loved my granddaughter. Now my granddaughter's trying to figure out why they're gone.
The Red Cross is working to find the displaced residents a place to stay. Right now, fire investigators have not determined what started this fire, and this investigation continues.
Well, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies tell us 2 people behind bars this morning after the discovery of a drug distribution operation out of a home in West Bexar County. Authorities say these two, 28-year-old Ashley Mendez and 38-year-old Ruben Zambrano, both arrested in a home in the 6900 block of Marinque Drive. Inside the house, deputies found marijuana, cocaine, meth, a shotgun, and more than $16,000 in cash. Deputies also found more than 50 THC vape pens and around a pound of marijuana inside their vehicle. Mendez and Zambrano both facing several felony drug charges. Now to the latest in Uvalde, a man moved by compassion and faith. Well, he journeys all the way from North Texas to Uvalde with a sign of hope, a large 15-foot metal cross.
The man who made that cross drove it down from just west of Fort Worth with the help of a motorcade. The cross arrived on the back of a trailer led into town by Michael Collins, who made the cross with the help of his son, Michael Collins II. The cross is 15 feet tall by 12 feet wide and has the names of each of the victims on hearts.
So Collins also made an entering point low to the ground so that children can write to their friends and place letters inside the cross. Now, this is Collins' third installation. His first was in honor of his son Brady, who died in a car crash in 2019 at the age of 26. Colin knows the pain of losing a child, and that's why he says he felt a calling to make the cross.
I don't know if it was my son telling me to build it or God. And it was like someone hit me in the head. I got goosebumps, my hair stood up on my arms, my neck, and I started crying. And I said, I got to build him a cross.
Well, the cross is located at the corner of West Main Street and Martinez Street on the Ace Bail Bonds property. The shop is owned by the aunt of 9-year-old Eliana, or known as Ellie Garcia, one of those victims that was killed inside Robb Elementary.
Well, education is so incredibly important. Obviously, the last few years during this pandemic, it's not been easy for school districts around the country and around Texas. But a local district, Southside ISD, they've gone from one of the lowest performing school districts to now one of the highest ranked.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Rolando Ramirez, Southside ISD Superintendent. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and happy Father's Day.
Well, good morning. On behalf of Southside ISD community, thank you for having me.
So break it all down for us. What are these metrics that show this huge improvement you guys have seen?
So, we're very proud of what our students and staff were able to accomplish. All districts are evaluated by the state through 3 domains: student achievement, school progress, and closing the gaps. So our district was able to do very well on school progress, which led to a 30-point gain in our previously F-rated campuses, with 87 being our lowest campus rating with those F-rated campuses, and our district rating being an 87. So they did an amazing job.
So you joined the district in 2020, and at the time you said you believe Southside ISD could become an A-rated district. So what has that progress or journey looked like?
So I think with school improvement, student progress, in the best of times, it's very difficult. But these last 2 years, it's been very challenging. Last year with the COVID pandemic, was 60% of our students joining remotely, 40% in person. The ones joining remotely, we struggled with internet connectivity because here at Southside, we don't have the internet infrastructure. With the students that were attending in person, well, unfortunately, some would get sick, staff as well. Some had COVID exposures, so they'd be out. So our attendance was very low. But our students and staff, met the challenge, overcame every obstacle that they confronted, and we never made excuses. So they had that mindset, and thank God that we were able to do well.
Oh, you talked about kind of that digital divide. What does this progress mean? actually seeing the results of working harder. What have you seen from these students, from these families? What impact do you think it could have, not only in school, but at home and for these futures?
Well, a solid foundation has been set. So I think that we only grow from here. So, we at Southside want to make sure that our students are career and college ready. And I think that, every year from now on, shooting for that A rating and having that improvement and ensuring that the future of our students after they leave Southside is brighter than the future that they currently have right now. So we're very excited of the great things that are happening here at the district.
Now, going into the next school year, has the community or parents reached out? I know school security is kind of in the front of everyone's minds in the wake of the massacre at Uvalde. Has there been any steps taken to make sure that y'all's security system is strong and in place?
Yes, this has been a complete team effort. The community is very supportive. We have Kim's Angels, Ms. Kim Rapier-Barrett and Glenn Barrett, Dr. Yolanda Valenzuela, our parents, our board of trustees, everybody working as a team to make sure that student progress is there. As far as the safety and security of our students, that's our biggest priority. And, we have security guards in guard shacks at every campus. We have phones that people need to be buzzed in before they come in. We have the Raptor system that does the background check on all the visitors to the district. We have a police officer and an armed security guard at every single campus. There's only one entry and exit to every campus. So, coming together, I know that the safety and security can always improve, but working together, we can make sure that our students and staff are safe.
All right, Ms. Ramirez, thank you so much, and congratulations for all that you've done, and can't wait to see what comes next.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
And if anyone wants to watch the full interview, that obviously will be on KSAT.com throughout the morning. Time now, 8:12, 78 degrees out.
All right, remember these VHS?
Yes.
So a pristine copy of a classic film draws a big price that one collector was willing to pay. We'll tell you how much was paid for a VHS copy of Back to the Future.
All right, so I know you and I are both very competitive. Well,
no.
These kids got a unique form of competition in fishing. Going for catfish. We're going to explain why and what it meant for them.
See a lot of big cats out there, probably a lot of sunscreen and lots of water needed if you're going to be hanging out for Father's Day or Juneteenth this afternoon. Sarah Spivey will have our forecast when we come back. The 23rd annual Kids Fish Day is on ice along with a lot of fish from an area lake.
All right, so yesterday, dozens of kids going out to Calaveras Lake. They were given fishing poles, tackle boxes, and they were loaded up with 500 catfish, all donated by Texas Parks and Wildlife.
This is the first time the event has returned in 2 years since the pandemic. It's been put on by CPS Energy as a way to provide a positive experience for children in the community.
We're a community serving business. I can't think of a better way to reach out and touch our community than events like this, where we bring kids in and let them fish maybe for the first time in their lives, experience something they've never done before.
So some of these kids walked away with big awards for biggest fish, most catches, both boys and girls. Yesterday's event just so happened to coincide with National Go Fishing Day.
So cool.
I gotta say, 78 now, Sarah. Is it going to be too hot to go fishing later?
I mean, if you're by a body of water, it cools it off just a teeny bit, right?
Sure. With
a little breeze.
I remember, since it is Father's Day, I'm going to share a fun memory of my dad and fishing.
Oh.
So my sister had one of those Tweety Bird tiny fishing poles. That girl caught a 3-pound bass with that tiny, and my dad was helping me reel in my fish, which was like that big. Nice. And my sister was like going into the water and he caught her.
Did you have a Tweety Bird fishing pole?
I did as well. Okay. So happy Father's Day, Dad. What a fun memory. Okay, so if you are planning on being out and about today, maybe grilling, here's your grilling forecast. You know, if you're barbecuing real deal, you might have already had that smoker going. But this afternoon, if you're planning on grilling out, it's going to be hot for sure. Around noon, 89 degrees, 100 degrees at 5 p.m., and it'll be 96 closer to 7. And you're reading those hot dogs right. Okay, there is a 10% chance for a stray shower this afternoon. It is not a good chance, right? 10% is measly, but it is something. And so I wanted to show you the futurecast here. What we're looking at is mostly sunny skies for most of the day. And then right after about 4 p.m., there could be 1 or 2 pop-up showers like there were yesterday around San Antonio, especially south of San Antonio and off to the west. There were a few pop-up showers, but really it's just going to be hot for today. Odds are you're not going to see any rain, and it's just going to be a hot day. 100 degrees in San Antonio, 100 in New Braunfels, 101 Port SA, 100 in Hondo, 99 in Bandera, 97 in Comfort, 97 in Kerrville, and in Bernie it'll be 96 degrees. But for most places near 100, quite a bit above the average. Outside right now, we do have those puffy cumulus clouds. It's 79 degrees, and winds are from the south at about 5 miles per hour. It sure is humid out there right now with dew points in the 70s, but the humidity is going to come down a little bit throughout the day, and it really is not going to feel all that bad in the shade. Just definitely a hot one, so you want to make sure to stay hydrated outside. 79 right now in Del Rio. Wake up temperature in Kerrville, 74, 77 in Pleasanton, 78 in Gonzales, and 78 near New Braunfels. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Already by noon, we'll be close to 90 degrees. Winds are not going to be too breezy today from the southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit of a nuisance if you have a backyard barbecue, but otherwise the breeze is going to feel nice in the shade. It'll be close to 100 by 4 p.m. and then we'll top off at 105, 6 p.m. That's when we have that 10% chance for a stray shower. Sunsets after 8, and after the sunsets, no rain chances for the rest of the evening. And again, even though there is a 10% chance, it's only a 10% chance. So the odds are it's not going to rain in your backyard. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. Big trough of low pressure off to our west, bringing some monsoonal rains to parts of New Mexico. Here's a fun fact. You can share it, trivia table. New Mexico gets a monsoon season, and they actually get their most amount of rain in the summer, whereas we do not. We see very little rain over the summer. This heat high is stronger than that trough of low pressure, and so it is going to stay hot. It is going to stay generally dry. In fact, that heat high is bringing some intense heat all the way up toward Canada. Although South Central Texas will be the hottest part of the country, those folks way up north in the Dakotas are actually going to give us a run for our money today because of that heat high. So only a 10% chance for afternoon pop-ups today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. Then absolutely little to no chance for rain in the remainder of the forecast. We're going to be near 100 just about every day, even cranking up the heat even further into the weekend with highs 100 to 102. And yeah, summer officially begins Tuesday, but it already feels like the summer. Hey, coming up, we're going to take a check of the tropics, guys.
Can't wait for the start of summer, Sarah.
Oh, so exciting.
I know.
Time now, 8:20. You see what I have to deal with?
Let's make it official.
8:21, 78 degrees out.
All right, the movie Back to the Future was able to draw big box office money back in 1986. I don't think any of us were born then. And apparently can still draw big money. Coming up, we'll tell you how much one collector paid for a VHS copy of this movie.
Good morning and welcome back. We're going to talk about one of my favorite movies. It's Back to the Future. And if you thought it was expensive back in the day to buy a VHS, just wait till we tell you something.
All right, a near mint condition sealed 1986 VHS copy of the Back to the Future recently sold for $75,000 at an auction.
Congratulations, you did it.
I don't know why he always says I buy these things. Like I'm just made of money, Max.
The price is a new record selling price for a VHS tape. A New York-based collector won the bidding war.
The VHS copy was a collection owned by the actor Tom Wilson, who played Biff Tannen in the 80s classic film. Wilson originally offered the copy with other tapes on eBay, but overwhelmingly response led him to pull them down and reach out to Heritage Auctions in Dallas.
All right, so we have a Texas connection.
There you go.
That's a lot. 75,000, yeah.
I was asking you earlier, did your parents save? So my mom, I don't think I've let her get rid of the Disney VHS unless she threw them out. Thanks, Mom.
I just like to point out, DeLorean now has headquarters here in San Antonio, so that's our connection. You could probably buy a DeLorean for $75,000.
No more.
I'll see.
Okay.
Max pulls up in a DeLorean. 826, 78 degrees out.
All right, next up, our GMSA. The Sunday travel troubles are setting in, and thousands set to fly to vacation destinations or see family. The reason behind the headaches and what the transportation secretary says his department will do if airlines don't shape up.
All right, and after the break, we've been talking about it throughout the morning. A lot of gunfire overnight, a lot of shootings. A party on the west side. A shooting there ends with one man dead, and we're going to check in with Jonathan Cotto live at a different shooting. A lot more to come. We'll be right back. Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's June 19th. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to my dad, Dr. Dan Acosta, who I think I texted at 5 this morning and he was up. So.
Well, keep it going. Happy Father's Day to David Massey. There you go. Sarah Spivey, would you like to throw a Happy Father's Day out there?
Yeah, my dad has a cool name. Happy Father's Day, Rhett Spivey.
Nice. It's a cool name.
It is a cool name. He's a cool guy. Okay, let's take a look outside right now. We have got puffy cumulus clouds out there, and it's warming up already, although it doesn't feel all that bad outside right now. It's 79 degrees. It is humid with dew points in the 70s. South winds at 5 miles per hour. Celebrating Dad today. Here you go. Here's your Father's Day forecast. Around noon, we'll be at 89. It'll be mostly sunny. 100 degrees for the high temperature today. Hot, and there is a 10% chance for a measly stray shower, wimpy rain chances for us, but hey, it's what we got this time of year. A few backyards, very few backyards will get a quick shower today. Still though, for most of us, just going to be a hot one, a bit breezy this evening with winds from the southeast at 10 to 15, but in general, a very summer-like Father's Day forecast for us. Coming up, we're going to talk about the tropics, often the only source of good moisture for us that could bring rain. I'll tell you the current state of the tropics and what we expect for the week ahead. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. And we are continuing to follow a developing story on the city's southwest side that started last night. 2 people are dead and 5 others injured after a shooting.
So the investigation is underway, and so is the search for the people responsible. Jonathan Cotto joining us live with the latest. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Max. Good morning, Sarah. Well, we're learning that the people injured in last night's shootings were brought here to University Hospital. The others were taken to BAMC. As of right now, we have not learned the condition of those that survived that shooting, but we have learned the ages of the 2 deceased males. That is a 45-year-old and a 46-year-old that were killed in last night's shootings. We also know that San Antonio police responded to that scene last night shortly after 10 o'clock. That was at the 2500 block of Patron. That's a neighborhood on the city's southwest side near I-35. Now, they say there was a barbecue party at this home when a person driving a dark-colored SUV drove up and opened fire towards the crowd. Now, 7 people were shot. This includes 2 women, 3 men that were rushed to hospitals, and the 2 men that were killed, the 45 and the 46-year-old. Now, we spoke with Police Chief William McManus, who was on scene last night. This is what he said.
It was random but targeted. But, I mean, this isn't something that was predictable or anything that we knew about. So tough to prevent these types of violent acts if we have no information that they're going to occur. Sometimes we get it, sometimes, most of the time we don't.
Now, Max, we have also learned that there were about 6 children inside of that home at the time of the shooting. Luckily, none of the children were involved. Police are continuing their search for the suspects involved in the shooting. And of course, we'll have a complete report on this incident in our later newscast. We'll update you as more information is made available. Reporting live outside of University Hospital, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Also new this morning, another deadly shooting, this time on the far west side, leaving 1 man dead. It happened around 1 this morning at a home on a street called Rimhurst. That's not far from Culebra Road, just inside the loop of 1604. Police say there was a party going on when gunshots rang out. Right now, no arrests have been made, and officers are still working to figure out what led up to this shooting.
Well, 1 woman in custody today after a robbery at a jewelry store. So take a look. 37-year-old Leslie Hall arrested, being charged with aggravated robbery. So the police affidavit reads that Hall went into a store on East Massey Road this past Thursday, asked to look at a diamond necklace. When the employee removed it from the display case, Hall allegedly pulled an object out of her purse, that object covered by a cloth, and demanded the diamond necklace. Now, the affidavit reads that Hall didn't get any cash, but did threaten to shoot the employee if she reported the incident before breaking a glass door and escaping. Police were able to track Hall down through surveillance videos and witnesses. Her bond is now set for $5,000.
In your morning headlines, officials in Philadelphia have released the name of the firefighter that was killed during a building collapse yesterday. He's been identified as 27-year-old Lieutenant Sean Williamson. The city's fire department tweeted out the photo. One of the city's fire commissioners says that the building collapse followed what was a pretty routine fire in the pre-dawn hours. The department says 5 firefighters and a city inspector became trapped. 5 were rescued and taken to the hospital.
Well, worship services continued this morning at an Alabama church, the same church where a gunman opened fire and killed 3 senior citizens at a potluck dinner just this past Thursday. So a man and 2 women, all elderly church members, killed in the gunfire. The alleged shooter, a 75-year-old, facing charges of capital murder in these deaths. Police still investigating, but they have not yet revealed a motive for the shooting.
In Arizona, the Contreras fire has burned over 17,000 acres since the fire started last weekend. Crews say the fire is now considered the #1 priority wildfire in the entire U.S. Part of the priority is the Kitt Peak Observatory, which is in the path of the fire. Firefighters say the observatory staff routinely took precautions like clearing large buffers around buildings so fires have less fuel to carry those flames to those structures. The value of the observatory and the tough conditions are part of the reasons why this has become the #1 priority fire.
Well, back here at home, today is Father's Day. SeaWorld teaming up with Tuesday's Children to host the 4th annual Family Day at SeaWorld for Gold Star families. Now, the event today, Remembering Fallen Fathers, it's held to support Gold Star families, especially children whose fathers have been killed, to help build their resilience. Now, San Antonio has one of the largest concentrations of Gold Star families across our country. Tuesday's Children, San Antonio, or SeaWorld and SeaWorld are welcoming the families to spend the day at the theme park enjoying food and, of course, all the SeaWorld exhibits.
Well, Juneteenth celebrations are going on all weekend long here in San Antonio. Yesterday, the Juneteenth Festival at Comanche Park kicked off some of those celebrations.
Thousands of people gathering to celebrate Juneteenth with the parade. So this celebration, so special for all the organizers now that Juneteenth is officially a federal holiday.
It's also the largest participation the parade has ever had. Organizers say in their first year, they just had 5 people.
I never thought it would happen in my lifetime. Somebody just asked me, say, did you expect this? I said, this is beyond expectation.
Organizers say they are happy with yesterday's turnout and are hoping to be bigger and better next year.
Well, the Juneteenth celebration also included a special musical performance by the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church Choir.
All right, so they raised their voices in song yesterday, offering reflection on the past and inspiration for the future. Take a listen.
Inflation, interest rates, a recession looming, the January 6th investigation with so much at stake. Sunday, 2 big exclusives.
Well, that obviously was not the choir, but we're going to have all that on KSAT.com and, of course, on broadcast throughout the day. Well, time now, 8:38, 79 degrees out.
Okay, we're talking about those travel troubles. A lot of flights were canceled over this busy holiday weekend. We'll explain why in just a bit.
And back here at home, 79 degrees out, blue skies. We know there's a lot of activities going on in and around our community. Obviously, Juneteenth celebrations and Father's Day barbecues. What does the forecast look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit.
Inflation, interest rates, a recession looming, the January 6th investigation with so much at stake. Sunday, 2 big exclusives. Janet Yellen, Adam Kinzinger, face to face with George and all the tough questions. Sunday on ABC's This Week.
Well, now to those travel troubles at our nation's airports. Thousands of flights canceled or delayed Saturday as the busy season heats up.
ABC's Karina Mitchell explains all these measures that the Transportation Department is dealing with, specifically Secretary Pete Buttigieg, what they plan to do to try to make it a little easier on us.
As demand for travel soars past pre-pandemic levels, frustrations mounting. Experts say staff shortages from air traffic control to pilots is largely to blame for recent delays.
They don't have enough employees to be able to support the summer crush.
A day after meeting with airline executives, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg's own flight was canceled, and he wound up driving from Washington to New York.
The industry is just stretched to the breaking point, and instead of bending when something bad happens, it just snaps and falls apart.
The recent delays testing people's patience.
First notification said your flight's delayed. The very second text was, actually, it's canceled.
Secretary Buttigieg urging the airlines to fix the disruptions and better communicate with customers, adding his department could take action against airlines that fail to protect flyers, but wants to see what happens over July 4th weekend and the rest of the summer. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
All right, well, back here at home, 8:44, 79 degrees. We are creeping closer and closer to 80, Sarah.
We are. We're going to be there within the hour.
Oh,
and
are we going to get to 100 today?
It is a forecast for 100. Now,
nice.
Some areas will probably be 99. Some areas will probably be 101. But generally, it's going to be 100. It's going to feel like 100. Although there could be a stray shower out there during the peak heat of the day, like there was yesterday. You can see those blue dots there on the Bexar County near Lackland, and also 1604 and Petrenko had a brief shower yesterday, but it's been a miserable June for us. We have only seen 1/10 of an inch of rain so far at the airport this month, which is almost 2 inches below where we should be, and it's even worse when you compare it for the year. For the year, we've seen just a little over 4.5 inches of rain, but we should have 10 more inches of rain than that. It has been a very, very dry start to the year, and we are just not going to be seeing much today other than a stray shower like we had yesterday in the afternoon hours. Take a look out toward New Mexico. You can see plenty of rainfall out there, but that's where that rain is going to stay because this heat high is our dominant weather pattern. It is going to keep things dry, keep things hot, and oftentimes we look to the tropics in the summer to see if we can get any rain. Well, there are a couple of things in the Pacific, but not really going to affect our weather. Tropical storm Blas is going to head back out into the open ocean there, and then tropical depression Celia is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm, but again, maintain out in the Pacific Ocean. No development in the tropics is expected over the next 5 days in the Gulf of Mexico or in the Atlantic. So we're not going to get any relief from the tropics. Instead, the most we can hope for is a pop-up afternoon shower today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. That's it. That's the best that we can do. So if you want some rain in your backyard, keep your fingers crossed. There's a 10% chance it may happen today. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly sunny. Notice in the futurecast that we do see a pop-up shower here and there this afternoon between about 4 to 8 p.m. Otherwise, though, it is just going to be hot. Forecasting 99 in Converse, but 100 in San Antonio, 100 in Castroville, 101 in Devine, 101 in Poteet, 102 in Pleasanton, 100 in Seguin and New Braunfels, 100 in Uvalde, and 96 in Bernie, 96 in Bulverde. So just a couple of degrees cooler in the hill country. Heading out today, it's going to be okay this morning and into the early afternoon. Temperatures will be near 90, though, by the lunch hour. And in the afternoon, that's when we'll be in the 90s. That's when it's going to get really hot. Southeast winds today, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And that's that 10% chance for a stray shower introduced close to about 4 o'clock this afternoon and lasting until about 8. It'll be 100 degrees, 6 p.m. And even after sunset, temperatures will be falling into the 80s. Planning on being outside, maybe by the pool or just by the grill. Know that the UV index today is going to be extreme. Skin damage time within less than 10 minutes. So put on that sunscreen and look at this forecast. Temperatures near 100 every single day, and even cranking the heat up a bit more by Friday and Saturday of this upcoming week and into the weekend. So we are stuck in a rut with that heat high overhead. Most we can hope for is a 10% chance for a pop-up shower or two. And we'll be talking about the summer solstice this week and talking about what that means. Basically, doesn't change our forecast. We're just going to stay hot. Max and Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 8:48, 79 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
KSAT 12 celebrates Military City, USA. Powered by USAA.
New recruits entering the United States Air Force begin their journey in San Antonio or Military City, USA. Inside Joint Base San Antonio Lackland, you'll find the largest career field in the Air Force, security forces.
Drop your weapon! So we'll start with career field history, move through ethics, our code of conduct, so that they understand a basic foundation of what it takes to be essentially a police officer in the military. Once that's done, we'll start proceeding with some more of our training and intensify training.
Sir, drop the weapon!
Moving into things like deadly force, baton, trying to get them a realization of what it's going to entail in the real world.
After completing a series of intense training, the airmen integrate these crucial skills to protect the world's most powerful assets and people in the Air Force.
After that, they will complete their training. Most of them will PCS across CONUS, across the 50 states, or they will go to overseas locations where our missions will be vast, all the way from nuclear security down to integrated defense of scanning, checking identifications at the base, doing base security, all the way to patrol.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. San Antonio police investigating a shooting that's left 5 people hospitalized and 2 people dead. We know San Antonio police were called out shortly after 10 o'clock last night to the 2500 block of Patron. This is a neighborhood on the city's southwest side for reports of a shooting. They say there was a barbecue party at this home when a person driving a dark-colored SUV drove up and opened fire towards the crowd. Now 7 people were shot. This includes 2 women and 3 men that were rushed to hospitals. 2 other men were killed. We spoke with Police Chief William McManus, who was on the scene last night. This is what he had to say.
It was random but targeted. But I mean, this isn't something that was predictable or anything that we knew about. So tough to prevent these types of violent acts if we have no information that they're going to occur. Sometimes we get it, sometimes most of the time we don't.
The chief also tells us there were about 6 children inside of the home at the time of the shooting. Thankfully, none of the children were injured. Of course, police are continuing to search for the suspects involved in this shooting. We'll keep you updated as more information is made available. Reporting outside of University Hospital, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
That was the beautiful Antioch Missionary Baptist Church choir raising their voices for Juneteenth. We're going to have a pop-up shower possible this afternoon, but otherwise it's going to be hot. Hot, hot, hot. That's the forecast over the next several days.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day.
Have a great rest of your day.